Hello everyone, my name is Zara and I'm a grade 11 IB student in an international school in Saudi Arabia. I am from Pakistan, but I've been living in Saudi Arabia for the last 6 years. So last summer I attended a summer school about global leadership, which was organized by the Hong Kong Federation of Youth Groups. I had the most wonderful time possible, and it was just an amazing learning experience, and I have so many fond memories from that. So today I want to share with you the impact the crisis caused by the coronavirus has had on me and the society here in Saudi Arabia. So the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted the activities of households, individuals, families, societies, countries, and everything from economy to school to our social lives has been drastically affected in these strange times. So as a student, it has greatly impacted my education. In Saudi Arabia, the suspensions of schools and universities were announced in early March with the emergence of the country's first positive cases. This was a brave decision taken by the government, and I applaud it. Although this caused some disruption, it was nonetheless a necessary move to protect the country's population. I only wish other countries had taken the similar approach before contamination spread. But now we learn remotely, and schools here have been swift to move to an online channel of teaching. We have live sessions with teachers, video lessons, interactive activities, quizzes, and assignments, all of which are taking place on a safe platform which the school has provided. However, some of my teachers are not that techno-savvy, so it's taken them time to get used to online teaching, but that's just one of the very few drawbacks. So there is an e-learning portal which the government has provided and operates for government schools, and the government is playing its role by enhancing and encouraging online learning. For example, the Department of Education recently launched 5 new online competitions for students covering short films, potential best coronavirus solutions, and ideas and initiatives that enhance online learning. However, there are a few issues using only remote learning. For example, I fear that my social and interpersonal skills might suffer because I can't interact with teachers and students face to face, and I do miss our school activities. As for the society here, it has experienced quite a shock, as complete lockdown has been in place for almost a month now. All places like parks, beaches, malls have been completely shut down. We can only leave the house for essential purposes like going to the grocery store, pharmacies, or hospitals. And that too can only be done from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., which after a curfew is imposed. Moreover, not more than 2 people per car is allowed, and heavy penalties have to be paid for breaking these rules, like breaking the curfew rule and the lockdown rule. Another measure to discourage movement and to discourage social interactions is that we cannot go beyond the neighborhood in which our house is, so the police can ask and see your identification card to see if you have ventured out of your area. Also, the police ensure that no one travels from one city to another. I think these strict measures have worked well so far, as there are not many cases of the coronavirus here as some other countries in Europe. So far, there are about 3,500 confirmed cases. So the Ministry of Health has ensured that masks and sanitizers will be provided and available by the stores and pharmacies to sell fixed quantities and fixed amounts to each customer. The ministry has launched a public awareness campaign by sending messages to people's phones and updating its TV and online messages. I feel this is a good way to remind people of the seriousness of the situation and to instruct them of how to take care of themselves and how to have good hygiene. Here, thankfully, there is no shortage of essential goods and services in the supermarkets, and the government has announced severe penalties for anyone caught raising prices or hoarding goods. Also, supermarkets have all launched delivery services to reduce the number of shoppers in stores. Another facility is the ability to order online and to be able to pick up the packages from designated areas outside the shops. Since all non-essential stores have been closed down, shopping online has greatly increased, even though the delivery times have become weeks instead of days. Online ordering of food from restaurants has become very popular as delivery services are excused from the curfew, from the 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. curfew. But most people I know are eating much more at home than in normal times. So the lockdown has meant that all social gatherings are non-existent, and staying indoors at home 24/7 can be extremely challenging, especially for kids and parents. These days, Zoom and Skype are widely used for communicating, and as for entertainment, almost everyone I know is using social media more than ever now. And binge watching TV series. I can't imagine being stuck at home without services like Netflix. Most people I know are also trying to keep fit at home because gyms are closed here. So the gyms are providing online classes through social media platforms. Going to the beach in the evenings for a walk was favored by so many people in the city that I live in, Khobar. But now with the beach off limits, this activity is sorely missed. So my parents, as millions of other adults, are now working from home. This sudden shift has affected the population so much, and it has also affected the productivity of many companies. And there's news of companies reducing wages. Working online is not feasible for all sectors of the economy like in factories. Furthermore, this may not be the most efficient way for those adults who are not digital natives. After all, the concept of remote work is not accepted as a full-time job here, as well as many other countries. But the government has announced an assistance package to help alleviate the problems the businesses are facing. Also, it has started an e-training program called Drew, which provides online skills training. There are obvious frustrations in moving our lives online, and I hope we can soon go back to our normal lives. However, I think we should all learn lessons from this crisis. One of the main ones is that we all buy much more than we actually need, and reducing our purchases will positively impact the sustainability of production in factories. Another thing the lockdown has proven is that our activities directly contribute to pollution, and so we need to be more sensible. And that is very possible to use cars less frequently. And most importantly, I think this crisis shows us that we can all be nicer to one another as human beings, as life without interacting with other humans is extremely difficult. Whichever part of our precious planet you are watching this from, wherever you are, I hope you're staying home as needed, and I hope you're safe.